What the heck is in my tooth? No one told me about that. Hey guys, it's me, Sylvia.
Welcome back to my channel.
So today's video, we haven't done one of these in a little while. I'm gonna be testing out a bunch of brand new makeup products, a lot of hot, hyped up new products to see if they are in fact worth the hype. We got a bunch of Jeffree Star products from the Jawbreaker collection. We have the Koko Collection from Kylie Cosmetics. And then we have some influencer collabs and just a whole lot of good stuff that I wanna know the tea on, basically. It's all gonna be first impressions. Haven't tried any of these things before. So we're gonna get right into it today. But before we do, make sure you do subscribe to my channel. Just click the little red button to subscribe and join my S Club. Believe me, honey, you want to. You want to do it. Subscribe today. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So first up, let's start with primer. We have the brand new e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. So it's this really interesting gel texture. I really like gel primers. They just feel so refreshing usually. So let's see how I feel about this one. Please ignore my one ratchet nail. You know, actually I lied. I have two. I went to go pick up my luggage on the conveyor belt and it slipped and they just completely snapped off. It was so sad. But I'm gonna go get them done again very soon, I promise. So this smells extremely strong of like watermelon, but I really like it. It's a super fruity smell. Definitely summer vibes. But it's interesting because although it's a gel texture, it still has that tackiness to it, and they're saying it works like glue to ensure that your makeup stays put and does not budge all day. It's supposed to have a lot of really good for your skin ingredients. It's got hyaluronic acid and all these vitamins in it. So I mean, e.l.f. is really out here trying to give us a great primer, and I am liking it so far. My skin is literally glowing, and we'll see how everything applies on top, and we'll circle back at the end of the video. Take a look at my brows, y'all. They're thicker than ever. I literally had no idea that my natural brow came all the way down to here. I was like plucking them halfway up here and they were way thinner. So the brow growth continues. I have like a week left till I get my first appointment with that brow specialist. So until then, you're gonna have to deal with the ugliness that is my brows. So for foundation, we're gonna try out the new Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Protect Makeup Sunscreen Foundation. It's a mouthful, okay? The name is long. It's supposed to do a lot of things for you. This foundation is supposed to be lightweight, but still give you full coverage, and it's supposed to have extremely good for your skin ingredients, like the antioxidants, same as the primer, you know, I'm telling you. It's all about the skin in the summertime. So let's apply this all over kind of with my beauty blender, and I'm not gonna lie, I definitely used a lot. I just wanted it to be extra like me, you know? That was a horrible joke, I'm sorry. So it does feel lightweight like they say, and it's also supposed to give you a natural finish, but right now it's looking extra dewy, probably because of our hydrating primer that we used beforehand, but I'm liking it. We got a nice glow going on, a summer glow. So it's available in 16 shades. You know, it's got the SPF 50 in it, which is really great for the summertime. You wanna make sure you're protecting your skin under the sun so you don't age like a raisin super fast. No one wants that. We love a foundation that's good for your skin. I'm putting a little bit more on my acne spots. Oh yeah, it's definitely buildable. Now you can't see any of the scars or blemishes at all. We love that. So I am really liking it. It's definitely a full coverage with a natural finish. And you can see on my problem area here where I usually get issues with like foundation clinging to it, accentuating the dryness and all that. It actually smoothed it out and it's just giving my skin a really nice full coverage, natural finish glow. Now that being said, I am an oily skin type, so I really have to set this type of foundation really well. Otherwise my natural oils break it down throughout the day. So I'm not sure how long wearing it would be. And especially with the primer already being hydrating, I feel like it's made it extra dewy, but we'll circle back at the end of the video to see how it wears throughout. Right now, I am really liking it. So next up for concealer, we're trying the Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Foundation slash concealer slash everything. It's a 4-in-1, honey. It's got it all. So I'm gonna use it as a concealer today. I have tried it as a foundation. I do like it. It's a medium to full coverage, natural finish. So apply that as a concealer on my under eyes, down the bridge of my nose. Holy hell, I just made it super crooked. And in the center of my forehead, a little bit to brighten. Blend her out with a beauty blender. So it definitely gives you that full coverage underneath your eyes right away. Covers up discoloration, dark circles, be gone. They have no chance against this concealer slash foundation slash two other things. Like 4-in-1, what else is in here? You know, they just gotta outdo the other brands. They're like,
no, it's a 4-in-1, not a 2-in-1.
Similar finish to the foundation, so it's having no issues melting right in and blending flawlessly. So far, I'm really liking my complexion. My skin is looking great. Actually, not quite. Just give me a little bit longer. We're almost there. So it's completely applied, and I am really liking this as a foundation and a concealer. And they have a huge shade range for this guy right here. So if you're looking for something that's a 4-in-1, here she is. Look no further. Now we are gonna try the Too Faced Born This Way foundation powder. So excited about this. I love the Born This Way liquid foundation and the concealers and basically the whole line. I love it. So now they came out with the powder foundation, and I love powder foundation for setting my under eye, making it extra glam, dusting it on my T-zone, control controls my oils, like smooths my skin out, like makes it look more filtered. So I'm hoping that that's what this foundation powder will do for me. So I'm gonna go ahead, dust that on my forehead. We'll also apply that just down the bridge of my nose and just around the nostrils so then they don't crease. Smile lines, chin. I like using foundation to set my under eye sometimes because it adds that little bit of extra full coverage to make it extra glam, but it'll also set the concealer so we're not creasing. I do like this foundation powder. It did exactly what I wanted it to, added a little extra coverage, filtered effect, kind of like a satin matte finish instead of completely mattifying, which I do like. Keeps your skin still looking natural. First impression, I am liking it, but honestly, I kind of knew I would. Like, born this way can do no wrong in my eyes. So next up, let's move on to brows. Honey, we got a lot of them to work with. But Hourglass came out with a new brow pencil, and it's about time they came out with a more precise pencil because you guys know those are my favorite. But anyways, it's called the Arch Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil. I'm using the shade Soft Brunette, and it's a twist up, little precise 1.4 millimeter diameter pen, if you want the stats on that guy. This little pencil is so unique. You see how it's kind of like an oval shape rather than it just being a circle. I feel like that'll help you really mimic little hairs. So I'm just gonna use this to kind of fill in. Honestly, these brows are all over the place. Like, who even knows, you know? I don't know. And the pencil is supposed to be smudge proof and waterproof and extremely long wearing, which is definitely all the boxes I need to check when I'm buying a brow pencil. So we like that. Oh no, it just broke off. Definitely don't twist it up too high. So I've kind of filled in where I want to. Now let's go ahead and use the spoolie brush. Love that it comes with a spoolie brush on the end of it. And we'll kind of just blend the product into my natural hairs. I feel like it's creamier than the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, but it's stiffer than like the e.l.f. brow pencil. You feel me? It's like an in-between. I do really like it. There they are, filled in and kind of shaped. Not really, the shape is lost, but Cara Delevingne, watch out. My brows are so thick. I'm coming for your spot. Anyways, you guys tagged me in literally a life-saving brow hack video on Instagram. I'll put the artist handle right here because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it saved my life. I can actually go out in public now with somewhat decent looking brows. So the hack involves some glue, concealer, and basically you can completely hide your brow growth and still shape your brows how you want. Pour a little bit on my hand. Y'all saved my life with this. I'm telling you, I had no idea about this brow hack and it actually works. So now we're just applying this glue kind of to shape up my brows and put it on top of all the hairs that we want to conceal. And this is going to act kind of as like a barrier. So when you apply the concealer, it'll just completely lay on top of those hairs and hide them. So then it's going to dry down completely clear. Obviously you want to use a glue that dries clear. You're not putting black lash glue on there. That will not help you. And then last step is to go in with some sort of foundation powder to help conceal and set even more. So I'll apply that directly on top. And my brow growth is like a lot. So obviously you'll get a way better result if you just have a few hairs, but it definitely does work and help to conceal a lot. So like, thanks for freaking tagging me in this brow hack, you guys. You saved my life. But moving on to eyeshadow, we have two bomb hyped up products to try out. We have the Mini Breaker palette from Jeffree Star. This is the mini version of the Jawbreaker palette, which was sold out when I tried to go purchase it, but it's okay. We'll get the idea of the formula and stuff with this guy. And then we have the Koko palette from Kylie Cosmetics. Both palettes have 10 shades in them. They're both like this cardboardy kind of packaging. Both very different shades in each one. Definitely Jeffree Star is more known for its bold, colorful shadows, so that's what this palette is giving us. And then the Koko palette's got more neutral shades in there, but both have a mixture of mattes and shimmers. I do want to try both of them out. I feel like I'll just do one palette on one eye, one on the other, just so we can get a good idea and like kind of review both of them. But obviously I'm gonna look crazy by the end of the video, so don't judge that. We'll have two different eyes. It's fine, let's do it. So first let's create a look with the Koko by Kylie palette. A lot of neutral shades, and I'm a neutral girl, so I am really loving these shades. First let's go in with the peach shade called Always True. The names are so cute. They're all about like being a mom and baby True. True is the cutest baby from the whole Kardashian family. Like, don't at me. She is adorable. They're all adorable. What am I saying? But True is just so cute. She melts my heart. So let's apply this kind of in my crease, blending up and out. Ooh, lots of pigment right off the bat. Blending out beautifully. I'm not going to create too crazy of looks for either eye. I just kind of want to get the gist of what these palettes are about, how the shadows apply. Definitely a little bit harder to blend out the shadow over top of the glue that we put there. So just keep that in mind. It's not the shadow formula. It's just the fact that I'm trying to cover up my brow hairs with glue. But other than that, I am digging the formula of it and it's going on really, really nicely. This shade is really pretty peach. I like this shade. Looks exactly like it does in the pan. Also connect that to my lower lash line. Let's try out one of the shimmer shades in the palette now. We'll go in with Dreams Come True. Let's apply that with a dry brush first, just to see how the formula is dry. But usually with with shimmer shadows, I do like to wet my brush to intensify it. Here, let's spray my brush with some Fix Plus and go back in. Oh my god, yeah. Do you see the difference? How much more intense that is? All right, so both the mattes and the shimmers in this palette I am digging. That's all I'm gonna do just so we can save time. It's a simple little look. I personally would use those neutral colors very often, so I do like this palette. It's a yay for me. So now moving on to the other side, we got the mini Breaker palette from Jeffree Star. Let's work with the purples in the palette. It seems to be one of the more prominent color schemes. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but you get what I'm saying. So again, I'll use one matte shade and one shimmer so we can see the formula of both, and then we'll move on. Let's first go in with Foreplay. Palette also comes with a little mirror in it, which is super handy. Let's apply that shade just into the crease. So right off the bat, I would say that these shadows are definitely a lot more pigmented than the Kylie ones. I mean, it just threw that color on there with ease, which just makes it quicker to work with to create a look, but the Kylie ones are still really good. I feel like you just have to build it a little bit longer. And again, we'll bring that shadow to our lower lash line as well, just like the Kylie side. Now, this little mess that you see here is definitely because of the issues with the glue and blending the shadow on top of it. It has nothing to do with the shadows. I really like the formula of it, so just ignore that kind of patchiness there. Normally, I wouldn't do shadows when I do that brow hack, but I just wanted to show you guys it. So now let's go in with the purple shimmery shade called Oral. Oh, so sexual. And again, we'll apply first with a dry brush just to see how it applies. Now, let's wet the brush and see what that does to the shadow. Okay, so it does intensify it, but definitely doesn't turn it into like a metallic foil as the Kylie one did. I almost prefer it with a dry brush, actually. It just makes it easier to work with. It's starting to get a little bit patchy after I wet my brush, but I think I overdid it. I literally soaked my brush. So that's all I'm gonna do. I feel like I got the gist of the matte and the shimmer formulas from both palettes. I feel like the Jeffree shadows are definitely higher quality. They're more pigmented, more vibrant, so I love the formula a little bit more. The Kylie one is still good, but you just have to work a little bit longer to build it if you want the color just as intense. The shimmer shades in the Kylie palette have a lot more glitter in them. They're a lot more metallic, whereas the Jeffree shimmers are more of like an iridescent kind of shimmer. Both are still very gorgeous. I would probably reach for the Kylie palette more just because the colors are more in my comfort zone, more neutral shades, but obviously Jeffree's products are a go-to if you want to do any bold, colorful looks because the formulas just can't be beat. Both are really great palettes. Which one would you guys prefer if you could buy one? Which one would it be? Let us know down below. And I just stabbed a shadow right in the center. I hate when I do that to my brand new palettes. Darn these long nails. Next up, let's apply mascara. I'm using the Big Ego mascara from Tarte, which is brand new and new to me. Never tried it before. Oh, it looks like the Better Than Sex wand, just a lot thicker and bigger. That's what she said. I like the wand. It's allowing me to get right to the root of my lash, and it does seem to be hugging all of my lashes and coating them with product. I feel like I'm having to apply quite a few layers to get them as full and volumized as I want, but it's definitely not making them clumpy, so I like that. The wand's a little bit big for my lower lashes. I am having to be a little bit more careful to make sure I'm not smudging, but I'm liking how it's making my lower lashes look for sure. Woo! So I like it. I think it's okay. It's added a bit of volume and some length. It definitely doesn't make them look clumpy, so if you're worried about that, that's not an issue with this mascara. I kind of was getting impatient with how many layers I wanted to add on because I do really like my lashes super thick, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, once I got it to that point, you know, I do really like them. They're pretty, they're full, they're long, and they ain't spider leg lashes. But it is only a first impression, so I would need to know how long wearing it is, if it doesn't smudge or flake all day. Have you guys tried this one? What do you think of it? Let us know down below. So for a new pair of lashes to try, we have Miss Exterior Glam's collab with Tarte. They're in the style 0 to 100. I do believe she came out with 2 styles, and they're both gorgeous. Definitely my style of lash, more wispy, but still very volumized and thick. But anyways, I'll apply these off camera just to save time. Be right back. So the lashes are on. They are gorgeous. I feel like the style really suits my eye shape, so I am loving them. They add a little bit of extra drama to the look. Let's move on to some highlight products from Jeffree Star and also Kylie Cosmetics. So from Jeffree, we have the new BRAINFREEZE Skin Frost Pro Palette, which has got massive pans of highlighters in all different shades. And then we also have the Diamond Wet Supreme Frost Highlight. And from Kylie, we have the Cocoa Highlighter in True Mama. So I think we'll stick with the one side Kylie, one side Jeffree thing. But I did swatch this palette so we could see what the shades look like, and they are stunning. They swatched beautifully, like so buttery, and just glided down my arm. So I am a big fan of this palette, and I'll definitely be using this one in future videos just so you guys can see it on. So let's go ahead first with that Koko highlighter. And it looks like it's the same Kylie highlight formula from her highlighters, just maybe a different shade for the Koko collection. And I do like the formula of these. I feel like you do have to layer them quite a bit if you want a blinding highlight, but it does give you a gorgeous glow. And this one kind of reflects like a champagne color, so it does suit my skin tone and I'm liking it. Now for the Jeffree Star side, we'll use the Diamond Wet highlighter. The packaging is just so stunning. And right off the bat, it does look like his highlighter has a lot more glitter in it. And a lot more blinding right off the bat. Jeez. Okay, new favorite highlighter or what? It definitely has bigger chunks of glitter, but if you love a super blinding highlight, you'll love this one. If you want something more subtle that just kind of looks like a natural glow, then you'll like the Kylie one. But I like both of them. I would layer both of them, honestly. The more highlight, the better. For bronzer and blush, I have some new products from Jeffree Cosmetics. For bronzer, I'm gonna actually use their Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder in the shade Medium. So this is actually a setting powder, but I'm using a shade a little bit darker for me to use it as bronzer today. I have used it as a setting powder before. It's very lightweight with a more sheer to medium coverage, and it has a little bit of a luminosity to it, so it's not gonna completely mattify you and make you look cakey. It'll still give you a nice natural finish even when you're setting. And wow, I really like this shade as a bronzer. I could probably afford to go a little bit darker if I wanted even a more tanned look, but I like this shade for right now. It's very subtle but pretty. Whew, we love it. Warm me up a bit. I'll also apply that around the perimeter of my forehead, wherever I normally bronze. This definitely doesn't apply like a foundation powder. It's just way more sheer coverage than that, but it does do a good job of just giving you a soft matte finish and setting ever so slightly. The fact it's such a subtle, soft setting powder actually makes it perfect for a nose contour because it won't be too harsh and it'll be easy to work with. Loving that as a bronzer. Honestly, so many hits so far, you guys. I'm loving the way my makeup's looking so far. Even with the two different eyes, like I still am kind of feeling it. And my complexion's looking great. I'm really loving that Maybelline foundation so far. Very surprised by it for an affordable foundation. It's looking so good. Moving on to blush, we're gonna use the Cheeky Summer Blush Duo from Jeffree Cosmetics. And I'm gonna kind of just mix both shades. They both have quite a bit of shimmer to them, so if you don't like shimmer blushes, stay away. But if you like a little bit of glow to your cheeks, which I definitely do, especially in the summertime, oh, then I'm thinking I'm gonna like it, and I'm thinking I'm right. Oh, that's so pretty. Those shades mixed together are really nice, but it does have quite a bit of shimmer in it. If I had acne breakouts on my cheeks, I probably would stay away from this because it would kind of accentuate that with all this shimmer. But if my skin's smooth, then we're loving it. Moving on to lips, the last step, we have some products from Jeffree Star. The Jawbreaker collection came out with a lot of bold colored liquid lipsticks. And then Kylie with her Koko collection came out with 2 nude liquid lipsticks and a lip pencil. So obviously I'm gonna just apply one of the brands on my lips today. But here are all the Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick shades in the Jawbreaker collection. You got a couple neutral shades, but mostly bold. Pink one kind of swatched weird. It was really oily, so not sure what that was about, but it must have to be shaken or something. And then here are the Koko collection shades swatched and the lip liner. So in my personal opinion, I feel like the Jeffree Star ones are a lot more long wearing than the Kylie ones. Kylie ones are comfortable, but then they kind of are pretty powdery once they dry down, and then I feel like they just fade a lot faster. But I do want to wear a more neutral shade today, so let's go in with the Kylie Koko collection liquid lipstick in Allergic to Bullshit. So Koko. Acting like I know her, you know? But anyways, let's apply. Ooh, I love the way her liquid lipsticks smell too. They smell like vanilla or something. So my mic cut out, that's so annoying, but I just applied the Koko liquid lipstick and the lip liner. I'm loving both of them. The shade is gorgeous. Jeez, these brands are coming in hot for the summer. We've tried some bomb products. I'm really impressed, but let's talk about it more in the outro. All right, so those are all of the brand new products that I have to test out. A lot of Jeffree Star, a lot of Kylie. I'm just so impressed with like most of the products that we tried out today. I don't think there was one thing that I really disliked, which is rare. I'm a picky person, let's be real. But I mean, my makeup looks so bomb. I'm especially impressed with all the drugstore products that we used today. Like that primer from e.l.f. felt so hydrating. I love the jelly texture. It definitely gave me a more hydrated base, and I love the way it gave my skin like a glow underneath my foundation. That foundation from Maybelline, so good. The fact fact it has SPF in it and it is good for your skin ingredients, and it's a full coverage drugstore foundation that actually works for my skin type. My oils haven't broken it down. It's completely covering my problem areas, not clinging to the dry patches. So I am really impressed by that foundation as well. I definitely would recommend you give it a try if you're looking for a new affordable summer foundation. So yes, drugstore brands coming in hot for the summer. We love that. I wasn't expecting to love the Jouer setting powder as a bronzer because I'd never tried it like that before, but I think I like it better than most bronzers. It applied beautifully, and I think the formula of it being a pressed setting powder actually works really well as a bronzer. Like, I love it. Also, the blush palette was beautiful. I can definitely see myself using those shimmery blushes all summer. We tested a lot of Kylie versus Jeffree, and honestly, I really like both brands. I had a really good time with all the products that we tried out from the two of them. Nothing I tried was like significantly worse than the other. Other than the highlight, I feel like that Jeffree highlight that we tried on this side is definitely more my style than the more subtle Kylie one, you know? But I have days where I'm feeling both ways. Let me know if there's any other new products you want me to try out and feature on my channel next. That's all for now. I hope you guys loved this video. If you did, make sure you click this button right here to subscribe to my channel. Hit this button right here to go shop my eyeshadow palette with a very affordable price of $24. Check out these other videos of mine if you haven't seen them yet. Get to know me a little. Have a Sylvia Gani marathon, and I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys. Mwah. Bye.